Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 12 in college football. We're talking right now with Al McMordie from BigAl.com, who's given us a lot of great advice and winning picks all season long in both college and NFL. And this week, Al's going to take the very interesting, very tough to my eye, Florida State, Miami, Florida game. Al McMordie, thanks for being back with us.
Always good to be here, Peter.
All right, thanks for taking this interesting game. Very, very tough one. Before we get into it, give a plug for BigAl.com. Tell us how everything's been going this football season, what you got on tap for NBA, college basketball, all of that.
Well, we're red hot right now. It's been a great last few weeks for us. We are 8-2 on our top-rated NBA selections. Last year, we finished number 4 in the country with the Sports Monitor in pro basketball. We were number 1 in hockey last year, and we're currently on a 7-0 run on the ice. So everything's going great there. NFL just been destroying the books in the NFL the last few weeks. As you know, we were 83-57 last year in the NFL. Got off to a slower than expected start this year, but it's been lights out lately. And we had our best play of the entire season last week, our first 5-star play of the NFL season on the New York Jets against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we also won our Monday night game of the month on Philadelphia against Carolina. It's just been a real good last few weeks in pro football for us as well.
Okay, that's awesome, Al McMordie. Yeah, ups and downs in the world of sports betting, and you sound like you're on a pretty big up right now. And for all of our regular viewers, you know that Al is very honest about his downs when he has them, and so we can 100% believe him and trust him when he tells us about his ups. And, his analysis in all these videos makes us not doubt it as well. All right, Al, Florida State, Miami, Florida. Tough game here, right? Miami, Florida right now is a 1 or 1.5 point home underdog, and that's gotten bet down a bit from 2.5. Miami, of course, is off a bye. Florida State, they're off another straight-up win, but ATS lost. Now they're 2-7 against the spread, on the year overall. Miami's covered 4 of their last 5, but we've kind of seen this before with Florida State. In general, they seem like they're a good team to bet against in all situations, except when they're a very small road favorite and the line starts creeping down. We saw this exact same situation with the Louisville game, right? And maybe Louisville was a sharp side, but, Florida State covered that one. And, if Miami covers this one, they're basically going to have to win the game. This is going to be one of those games where Florida State gets the outright win but loses against the spread. So what's your take on this game, Al?
Well, we had Virginia last week against the Seminoles. And
right,
one of
completely
the things
different,
one of the things I told my clients last week was that, in my opinion, Florida State is one of the most overrated teams this season. And I continue to believe that. They come into this game, as you mentioned, 9-0. But they've only covered 2 of those 9 games. And both games they covered could easily have been point spread losses. You mentioned the Louisville game. Florida State was very fortunate to cover the spread in that ball game. They scored the last couple touchdowns to get the cover there. And then it only covered by a field goal versus Wake Forest back on October 4th. And, I'm going to once again go against Florida State this Saturday on the road against Miami. The Hurricanes, as you mentioned, have a big advantage since they had last week off. And that extra week of rest to prepare for the Seminoles is huge. If you take a look at technical data, when you look at what rested home underdogs have done off back-to-back wins, these teams are a super 60-37 against the spread from Game 6 forward, including 20-6 against spread versus undefeated opponents. And then revenging home teams off a win, those teams are 105-56 ATS going back 35 years versus unrested conference opponents, provided our home team isn't favored by 6 or more points. And I just think this is a super situation for Miami. We had a huge play on Miami in their last game against North Carolina, and I'm going to take Miami once again here.
Wow, nice, Al. All right, yeah, I was on North Carolina. I took the recommendation of another handicapper in our videos, and that one was a loser. But all right, so basically, if you're calling for a cover by Miami, Florida, you're basically calling for first loss of the year by Florida State, straight up. And I think that's what might be keeping people psychologically away from betting on Miami here.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that point, but it's Miami's a very, very good team, and I think Florida State. They won the national championship last season, and I think a lot of people's impressions of Florida State go back to that season last year. And, if you take a look at what they're doing on the field this year, they're not covering the spread, and they easily could be 0-9 ATS this year.
Sure.
So, I'm going to take the points with Miami.
Big Al McMordie from BigAl.com. Miami is hot ATS. Florida State is cold as ice ATS. Al himself is hot ATS, and he likes Miami, Florida right now, plus 1.5. It is a widely available number. Thanks so much, Al.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns. big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.